and welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's doing well and having a great day. I'm back with another CMS 21 video for you guys. Today we're going to be doing something a little special. I know some of you guys have probably seen one of my other videos where I talked about my first car that my dad gave me for my 17th birthday. It was a 1974 Dodge Challenger that I took the 318 out of. I found a 440 and 727 torque flight, and before I got my license at 18, I rebuilt the 440 and torque flight and put them in the Challenger, sold the 318 and the 904 automatic transmission, and made a street car out of it. It had a tunnel ram with two 4-barrel carburetors. It had a 3500 stall converter in the transmission, a 391 posi rear end, a small 150 horse nitrous kit. It was a pretty quick street car. Nothing special. It wasn't built a whole lot. It was pretty mild. It had a 509 292 Mopar Performance purple shaft cam in it. The heads had some mild port work done that my brother's friend actually did. But it was really mild. 3,700 pound car. It ran a 1285 on the motor and it ran a 1203 on a 150 horse nitrous kit. But for an 18-year-old punk kid, and that being my first car, it was a blast. And me and my buddy Brian used to go and cruise Speedway here in Tucson, Arizona. Every Friday and Saturday, we cruise Speedway and look for drag racing, and then go race at the illegals until 2 or 3 in the morning. But anyways, back to this video. We're going to do a recreation of that car using this 71 Challenger. It's the closest the game has. Same body, it's just different lights, different headlight, taillights, and different grille. But we're going to make it look as much like my car as we can. And we're going to start by getting it to the paint shop. Get it the same color at least. There's no liveries or stripe kits for this car. My car had a little black emblem on the side right here and 4 black stripes down the side, and that was really all it had. Had a white vinyl top, and it was bright yellow. I've got a special set of wheels and tires that we're going to put on it. And I think there's one small modification we might do once we get it in the dyno room. Let's get it off the ground and get these correct wheels and tires. Right now it's just got standard tires on it. Just the, I forget what they call them, just the regular. They're not sport, they're not slicks or anything. I put these wheels on it. I like these wheels. They look a lot like the Weld drag lights. My brother's got a set of those on his Roadrunner. These were pretty close to those. That's why I chose them. But my Challenger, when I built it, I didn't have much money at all. I bought a set of, I think they're called chrome modular wheels. It's kind of like a chrome spoke, only they look kind of twisted like a saw blade. I had 4 of those on it at one point, but they were only 15 by 7s. So I got some black ones like these for the rear that had 285/60 15 McCreary sticky tires on them. And I like running those black wheels on the back because they were 8-inch wide. It just looked cool, I thought. And I couldn't find the chrome modular, the like directional chrome spokes like my car had. The game didn't have anything like that. So here's the closest I could come up with. Just like a regular chrome spoke. But it's gonna look pretty good, I think. I used to go visit a friend of mine. It was actually my brother's friend and just kind of a friend of the family. His name was Dale, and he had some old wheels laying in his yard. They weren't rusted too bad. They had some surface rust. And I remember asking him one day, I said, "Hey, what do those wheels fit?" He said, "Oh, they're 5 on 4.5, which is Dodge or Ford." I said, "Hey, those will fit my Challenger. What do you want for them?" At the time, that was when I first got my car. My dad gave it to me. It had 14-inch stock wheels with hubcaps on it when we got it. So I said, "Hey, those will look a lot better than what it's got. What do you want for them?" He said, "Shit, just give me $10 a piece and you can have them." So I did. I gave him $40 for them. Took a Brillo pad and a garden hose and shined them up, and they cleaned up really nice. They were actually in really good shape once I got that little bit of surface rust off. And I was working at the tire shop already, so we ordered a set of chrome center caps and chrome lug nuts, put those on it, and it looked way better. I just got some used 275/60s out of the shop, some 205/75/15s, and it looked cool. But I always liked the way it looked with the 285 McCreary's mounted on the black 8-inch wide. They were Dodge Ram Charger wheels that took the little round, they call it a dog dish center cap, but it didn't have those. It was just, I just spray painted them black, cleaned them up and spray painted them black. And my car didn't have white letters on the rear tires. I wish I had gotten the black ones, but it looks cool. It looks a lot like my car did. If it just had a black flat hood and a tunnel ram sticking out, it would be awesome. You can just picture that. I had this exact same hood for my car that came on it, but since I ran a tunnel ram, I didn't want to cut a hole in that nice hood. My brother's friend sold me a flat hood that was surface rusted a little bit. It was already cut out and everything because he had run a tunnel ram on his Challenger years prior. So I cleaned it all up, sanded it down a little bit, and spray painted it flat black. And man, the car looked good, I thought. I love the way it looked with the black wheels, the tunnel ram hanging out. We had a nitrous bottle behind the passenger seat with a jacket wrapped around it. Me and my buddy Brian, I call him Brain. Me and Brain cruising Speedway every weekend, smoking weed and rolling out with people down side streets. We kicked a lot of ass. The car was so much fun on the street. We had some good times, man. I miss you, Brian. I wish you'd get your ass up here and visit me. It's been a while. Anyways, um, before we take this to the dyno room, there's one mod I want to do real quick. I want to put the aftermarket carbs on this thing. You know what? I guess maybe I'm assuming that there's carbs. Okay, there is. Sometimes my knuckle doesn't hit just right. Because I'm quadriplegic, I can't use my fingers or my hands at all. Hope you guys can see this in the camera. I have a little mail sorting rubber piece thing that I cut the end off and I slip it up on my knuckle so it pushes that one knuckle below the rest of them a little bit. That gives me that one knuckle to use for a touch point, but it's the only one I got, so I got to do everything with one knuckle. At first, I didn't think I was going to be able to do the drag racing, because you have to hold the brakes, then hold the throttle, and then when the lights turn, release the brake and start shifting while you hold the throttle. And I couldn't do all that with one knuckle. So we got 1B and 2C. So what I did for the drag racing is I got me two 9-volt batteries. Carburetor B. Wait, was it 2B and 1C or 2C? 2C. Anyways, I got me two 9-volt batteries, and one, I mapped the keys where the 0 key on the number pad over on the right side of the keyboard is the brakes, and the space bar is mapped as the throttle. So I slide one 9-volt onto the brake button, slide the other 9-volt onto the space bar for the throttle. Then the lights start coming down. I'll just use my hand to pull the 9-volt off the brakes, and then I shift while the other 9-volt holds the throttle down for me. It works pretty good. It's kind of hard to be real consistent on cutting a light, cutting a good light, but it works, and I'm drag racing. That's all that matters. Man, I wish I could put a tunnel ram on this thing and just a flat black hood. It looks so cool. I need your guys' help on the drag racing part. I've seen other people playing it on YouTube, and I've noticed that when they're racing somebody, they look over to the side to see where they're at. And I cannot figure out how to do that. I've tried every control I can find, but it never, like, nothing works. Can you guys please leave a comment and just tell me how to look to the side like that on the PC? Okay, now we're off to the dyno room. That looks so cool. It looks so much like my car. That is so awesome. I don't know how I ever sold that car, as cool as it is. I was so stupid to sell that car. I sold it because my brother's friend had a 1968 Dodge Dart GTS sitting in his yard for 8 years, like 7 or 8 years. Just a basket case, no engine, no transmission, had no third member in the rear end, no interior seats, nothing. It's full of parts, just a mess, right? And I really wanted to bring that car back to life, one. And two, I wanted it because it was like 700 pounds or more lighter than my Challenger. And I knew if I took the engine and transmission out of my Challenger and stuck in it, it would be so much faster. Ooh, 619 horsepower and 780 foot-pounds. Big gain. 473 on the drag scale. That's awesome. So we're ready to hit the drag strip, guys. I think I'm going to stop this video here because I don't want to run out of record time. This is a good place to cut it. we'll stop it here. I'll restart the video and we will head for the drag strip. So I'll be back. Okay, so we are ready to hit the drag strip. I think we're ready for the drag strip. Okay, let's do a practice run or two. Because like I said, it takes me a minute to get in the swing of things. See, what was our drag rating? 473. I think there's only one car on here that's got a drag rating in the 400 range. There's a couple high 300s there, but the only one in the 400s, I think. Right there, 409. I think that's the only one. 804, 616. Give him a good tire. Get my 9-volt batteries ready. So glad these work so I can race. At first, I thought for sure I wasted $11 on the DLC. Man, I wish I could look to the side. That would make this so much more fun. Ooh, that was a good one. The fastest I got out of this before the carbs that we put on, was a 1079. So we picked up a little bit, picked up a tenth or more. We'll see where that ends up. And 134 miles an hour, that's 3 miles an hour faster than my best was before. See what we can do. King of the Sands. Class A. What are we racing here? Mayan T8. 3%. Okay. Let's get it on. Smashed him. Ooh, 9%. These cars are pretty quick from what I remember. 67. Oh, got that guy covered. We just beat him up and took his lunch money. Ooh, Dodge Viper. We know these are quick. I got one of these. Oh, I meant to look at the tuning on it. Damn it. Meant to see how much tuning it had done. Going rounds. 69. Pretty consistent. 100 light. He treated me by a little bit. I out 60 footed him. Killed him on the 330. Another one just beat him up and took his lunch money. Bring it on. In the final. Old Yeller in the final. What are we racing? Echoes Imperator. Oh, wannabe Challenger. Challenger look-alike. 3.9% tuning. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to say nothing bad. Stick my foot in my mouth. And I red lit in the final. Oh, you jackass. Had him covered. Red lit in the final. Okay, got that guy covered by a long shot. What are we racing here? Rezo Cortona. Again. V12, 1.5% tuning. Gotcha. Piece of cake. Sometimes my battery's not holding the button down like it needs to be. 1067. 083 light. He treated me by a little bit, but I just flat outran him the whole track. Back in the final. Man, M8R. Get her done. So shifted it just a hair. See if it liked it. It ran the same. 67 again. Pretty consistent. 068 light. He treated me by a little bit. 60 footed him. Just drove away again. Just got to keep it clean and consistent, and you win them. Well, Old Yeller wins a championship. Now we'll head back to the garage. Might take the car out front for one more good look at it, because it is pretty awesome. Tell you what, that was sure the good old days back in the early to late 90s, early to mid 90s, 93, 4, 5, and 6, pretty much, especially 94 and 5. And then in 96, I think is when I got the Dart, sold the Challenger and put the Dart together, and it was a lot faster, but the Challenger was just so much more comfortable cruising on the street. It had full interior carpet and seats and headliner, and everything was all brand new. Console with a slapstick. The Dart, on the other hand, was just a drag car. All it had was bucket seats and a shifter. It had no carpet, no headliner. Where the back seat had been, it was just sheet metal. I meant to, wrong button. Meant to send this thing out front. We can get a good look at it. There's one more thing that I forgot to do. I have custom plates for it, but I want to try something. Let's see here. X for custom. I don't like that you can't just type. Aha. There we go. That's pretty cool. I don't know why I didn't think of that the first time. I had made some other plates for it, but they just said 446 pack. Ah, that's pretty cool. Well, guys, let me know what you think. Leave a comment, leave a like, share the video, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. And hit the notification bell because there will be more content coming soon. On my next video, I'm gonna try to get Old Yeller down in the 9s. So, I hope everyone has a great day. I will see you on the next one. I'm out.